If you are over 40 and you're still trying to work out like you're 25, you're wasting your time. Here's the truth. You don't need 90 minutes in the gym. You don't need to do thousands of burpees. You sure as heck don't need a six pack. You just need these 5 movements that train your body in the way it was built to move. I'm Josh with Regular Guy Fit, and this is functional fitness for real people with real lives. Number 1, let's start with the first move, which is bodyweight squats. Why does bodyweight squats work? Well, because squats train your ability to sit, stand, lift, and move without hurting your knees. Plus, it's also total leg, glute, and core activation. So how do you do it? Well, to do a bodyweight squat, you want to keep your chest up, push your knees out, use a chair if you need to modify, and add dumbbells for resistance if you want to level your game up. This isn't about hitting death like a 20-year-old CrossFitter. This is about building real-world strength if you cannot squat below parallel or at least 2 parallel. So one thing you could do is use a bench or a chair and just squat to that and then stand back up. Another option is you could just grab a wall or like I'm doing right here in the rig, and you can just easily help guide yourself down and guide yourself back up. So move number 2 is elevated push-ups. Why elevated push-ups? Because push-ups train your pushing muscles like your chest, shoulders, triceps, and core, plus they're ridiculously easy to progress and regress. You could do them anytime, anywhere, any place. So how to do an elevated push-up is I like to put my hands on the bench first, walk myself out until I'm in a straight line. I like to tighten up or brace my core, and then I start doing push-ups. Doing a decline push-up is the exact same thing except opposite. Instead of walking out my feet, I walk out my hands until I'm in a straight line. And then I tighten and or brace my core, and I start pushing until my nose touch the ground, and then I push back up. Move number 3, we have the hinge. Why do we need to learn to hinge when we're over 40? Well, first of all, you don't need to wait until you're 40 to learn to hinge properly. But doing a hinge trains your posterior chain like your glutes, hamstrings, and lower back. All the muscles that save your spine and fix your posture. How do you hip hinge properly? Well, think about your butt to a wall, not bending over. Keep a flat back. Start light, especially doing deadlifts. A regression or a cue or a helper that you could use is to find a wall, or like I'm doing right now is to find a rig. I like to think of a hinge of pushing my hips back, touching the wall with my butt. All right, there's a difference between bending over, which is bad like this, and doing a proper hinge, which is like this. Doing a hip hinge properly can help stop lower back pain and make daily tasks like lifting groceries, laundry, or 100-pound dog food better. Move number 4 is farmer's carry. Why do farmer's carry? Because carrying weight is as functional as it gets. It builds grip, your core, balance, and full body endurance. So how do you do a farmer's carry? Believe it or not, there's a right way and a wrong way. So what you need to do is to keep your shoulders down and back. Keep your core tight, walk under control. You could use whatever weight that challenges you, but do not wreck your form. All right. When you're doing a farmer's walk, you do not want your shoulders to round forward. Keep them back. Keep your shoulder blades pinched and just walk with your chest up and proud. Remember, functional fitness is not about isolating your muscles. It's about moving like a machine. And move number 5, we have the lunge. Why do lunge, you say? Well, real life doesn't happen with your feet either. You walk, you twist, you reach. This builds balance, mobility, and joint stability. So, how do you do the lunge the proper way? Well, you want to take a normal step, all right? And then you want to collapse your back knee and your front knee until it is 90 degrees. All right. You want to have your back knee as close to the ground as possible. You do not have to touch the ground. You do not want to rest your back knee on the ground. Just have it hover up just a little bit, all right? Next, you do not want to jam your knees over your toes, all right? Control your reps. When you're doing lunges, you want to do high reps. When you come back up from the lunge, all right, you want to push with your front foot. Think of the back leg as like a kickstand. It does nothing, all right? What you want to do when you're doing a lunge is have the weight in the front foot. The back leg is just there as a rest, if that's how you want to think of it, all right, like a kickstand. All right, balance and leg strength keeps you from falling, tweaking your knee, or looking like a baby deer on ice. All right, as you can see, as I'm doing the lunges, I'm just taking a normal step and I'm collapsing down. It doesn't take all that. And just like the air squat, if you cannot do a lunge because your knees hurt so bad, your lower back hurts so bad, or whatever have you, you can always hold on to a wall for support, or instead of going down all the way, you can do quarter lunges. Every move on this list you can do at home, in a gym, in a hotel, wherever you at. You don't need gear. All you need is just consistency and a will to do it. Comment below with whichever move you're adding today and subscribe if you want no BS functional fitness for regular guys.